The music industry was shaken when whispers emerged that Jin BTS had put everything on the line to defend Jungkook, even hinting that his own future in the group could be at stake. Why would one of the most respected members of BTS take such an extreme stance? What could drive Jin to the point where his loyalty to Jungkook outweighs the security of his own career? These questions are igniting an intense debate among ARMY worldwide and have created a sense of unease within the fandom. According to multiple fan-recorded clips circulating online, Jin's tone during a recent interaction appeared more serious and emotional than usual. His voice trembled as he seemed to address something far beyond music, performance schedules, or fan events. Observers have noted that Jin's choice of words implied a willingness to risk everything he has built if Jungkook were ever pushed into a situation that could harm him. The question that now dominates the conversation is simple yet explosive. What exactly happened behind the scenes that would make Jin willing to stake his reputation, his career, and potentially his place in BTS for Jungkook? Jin has long been known as the calm and protective older brother figure within BTS, often stepping in during interviews or tense moments to ease pressure from younger members. However, this moment felt different. The intensity in his expression and the pause before he spoke gave the impression that he was not merely comforting Jungkook. He was issuing a warning. Was this a direct message to those behind the scenes? Was this an ultimatum to forces that may be pressuring Jungkook beyond what fans can see? The air of mystery surrounding this moment is fueling speculation and making fans more determined to uncover the truth. Jungkook himself has appeared visibly emotional in recent public appearances. At a recent event, sharp-eyed ARMY noticed him wiping away tears and lowering his head as cameras zoomed in. While some argue that this could have been a moment of exhaustion, others believe that there is a deeper reason, something that might have triggered Jin's extraordinary public statement. Could this be the culmination of weeks or even months of silent struggle? And if so, why has it now reached a breaking point where Jin feels the need to step in? The gravity of this situation lies not only in the words spoken, but in the potential implications. If Jin truly meant that he would walk away if Jungkook is treated unfairly or harmed, this could represent one of the most significant moments in BTS history. The oldest member of the group is not merely expressing support. He is making a stand. Such a declaration forces both fans and industry insiders to ask whether there are tensions brewing within the system that supports BTS, tensions serious enough to put the group's unity at risk. The public reaction has been explosive. ARMY have flooded social media with messages of support for both Jin and Jungkook, but there is also a growing sense of anxiety. Could this situation foreshadow an internal crisis? Would Jin really leave the group if Jungkook's situation worsened? Or is this a dramatic way of emphasizing the depth of his loyalty, meant to push those involved to reconsider their treatment of the youngest member? What makes this moment even more significant is the context of Jin's own career trajectory. Having recently returned from his military service and re-established his presence on the global stage, Jin's every move carries added weight. He is no longer just a performer, but a symbol of resilience and continuity for BTS. For him to risk his position now sends a strong message that he sees Jungkook's well-being as non-negotiable. This raises another important question. What does this mean for the group's future projects and commitments? Could this decision delay or even derail upcoming plans if the situation is not resolved? The emotional impact of this moment cannot be overstated. Fans are not just witnessing a casual statement. They are witnessing a defining moment in the relationship between two key figures of BTS. It is a moment that forces everyone to confront uncomfortable questions. How much pressure are these artists under? How far should they go to protect each other? And what are the costs of staying silent when one of their own is in distress? This is not simply about fandom loyalty. This is about human connection, about the kind of brotherhood that can withstand the storms of fame and public scrutiny. Jin's actions remind the world that behind the bright lights and sold-out stadiums are individuals who face personal challenges, power struggles, and moments of doubt. The willingness to risk it all for a fellow member is a testament to Jin's character and a call to action for fans to remain vigilant. However, the situation also invites a level of skepticism and critical thinking. Some analysts warn that emotional moments can be easily amplified or misinterpreted in the age of social media. Was Jin truly threatening to leave? Or was this an impassioned figure of speech designed to galvanize support for Jungkook? Could the moment have been taken out of context, with fan speculation turning a heartfelt comment into a declaration of war? In an era where every word and gesture is dissected frame by frame, it is crucial to separate speculation from reality. For ARMY and observers, this is the moment to reflect. Do we fully understand the pressures that led to this moment? Are we interpreting Jin's statement accurately, or are we contributing to a narrative that may not align with the full truth? The emotional weight of the situation makes it easy to accept the most dramatic interpretation, but perhaps we owe it to both Jin and Jungkook to look deeper. In the coming weeks, all eyes will be on BTS to see whether this situation escalates or calms down. Will Jin clarify his statement, or will he allow it to stand as a silent warning to those behind the scenes? Will Jungkook address his own emotional state directly, or will he continue to remain private? The answers to these questions could shape the next chapter of BTS's story and determine how fans, media, and industry insiders engage with the group moving forward. Until then, the fandom is left with a haunting image. Jin standing firm, eyes intense, voice steady yet full of emotion, drawing a clear line in the sand. Whether this moment becomes the turning point that unites BTS even further or exposes deeper fractures will depend on what happens next, and on how carefully we, as observers, choose to interpret what we have just witnessed. The intensity of this moment demands careful reflection, not just blind reaction. We must ask ourselves, are we truly witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime event where Jin is putting his career on the line for Jungkook? Or are we being swept away by the waves of sensational headlines and emotionally charged clips circulating online? Is this an authentic act of defiance and loyalty, or could it be a narrative amplified by the media ecosystem to capture attention and drive engagement? In an era where every gesture is captured, clipped, and reposted on multiple platforms within minutes, context is often the first casualty. The footage of Jin's emotional expression and strong words is being replayed endlessly, but how much of the full conversation did we actually hear? Were his remarks directed at a specific situation, or were they part of a broader reflection that has now been isolated for maximum impact? These are the questions that critical readers and viewers must consider before forming a conclusion. It is natural for ARMY and the wider public to feel protective toward Jungkook. His tears, his visible vulnerability, strike at the heart of every fan who has followed his journey from a teenager to a global star. But does our empathy sometimes cloud our judgment? Are we quick to assume that every tear is a sign of crisis, every pause a signal of distress, and every word of support a hidden ultimatum? Or is it possible that we, as a collective audience, amplify moments beyond their original weight because we crave drama and emotional intensity? Consider the nature of modern fandom and the role of social media in shaping narratives. TikTok edits, YouTube commentary videos, and Twitter threads can take a single sentence and spin it into a full-fledged theory within hours. While these